Hello again, loyal YouTube viewers. This is my fourth and final October Pixar video where I tell you about the unique observations I have about a specific Pixar movie. Why go back to Ant Island at all? I mean, you don't even like rain! No, that was unrelated. That was, I just wanted to do an impression of Molt that I forgot to do my first video. Go back and watch that one if you want to know why Walt is the secret hero of A Bug's Life and deserves just as much credit saving the day as Flick, Ada, Dot, and the circus troupe. In this video, I want to talk about Toy Story. Now, all four Toy Story films, despite being G-rated kids movies about living toys, have their own share of serious or mature elements that make a much more relatable story worth watching as an adult. But the first Toy Story film is a really interesting case study because it is all the makings of a good horror movie, even though it's meant for kids and it's not in the genre of horror. Well, it's possible that Toy Story was inspired by Child's Play, an R-rated horror movie about a serial killer taking over the body of a toy, and it even has characters in it named Andy and Sid, and the main kid is Andy. Child's Play, just like how there's an Andy in Toy Story. Now, yeah, Toy Story certainly does feel like it could be a horror movie, and maybe it should be added into the horror genre. Maybe it's actually horror for children. I mean, it's about it's got it's these two toys from different worlds, the cowboy and a space ranger, and I'm sure Toy Story 2 can tell you all about the cultural shift from westerns to science fiction in the 1960s. Once the astronauts went up, children only wanted to play with space toys. Now, much like Stinky Pete, Woody also resented new space toys like Buzz, but eventually learned to be friends with Buzz and helped Buzz feel better about himself by writing him that he's a really cool toy that Andy would want to play with, because as a space toy he has a lot of cool features that Woody, a cowboy doll, doesn't have. But before that, yeah, Toy Story certainly could have been a twisted, demented horror movie if it wasn't made for kids, because when Woody becomes jealous of Buzz Lightyear being Andy's new favorite toy, he wants Buzz to get lost so that he can be the one toy that Andy takes to Pizza Planet. Initially, he shook Buzz's hand and then threw him out the window, but, well, the Woody in that original draft was too mean, so that's why Toy Story had to be rewritten so that Woody would seem more likable. Like, I think he wanted to knock Buzz under the desk where he lost that magic 8-ball. But then a whole other chain of events happens that leads to a desk lamp knocking Buzz Lightyear out of the window, and Woody seemed genuinely terrified of Buzz's disappearance. Now this is where the horror elements really kick in. Mr. Potato Head and Ham start to suspect Woody of attempted murder of Buzz Lightyear, assuming toys could actually be killed in Toy Story. I mean, I guess they can't incinerate them, or if they get blown up like that Combat Crawl was, but it's really hard to kill a toy in Toy Story when they technically don't age and their parts can still move around by themselves. And Mr. Potato Head was able to transfer all his parts to a tortilla wrap because of this in Toy Story 3. And that Lego boy from Toy Story Terry's able to shapeshift because he's a bunch of Legos. And it's amazing what supernatural abilities different toys can have, actually. Yeah, in Toy Story, Mr. Potato Head and Ham suspect Woody of attempted murder, and when they see Woody again, after he and Buzz are stolen and taken to Sid's house, well, Woody only has Buzz's arm because, which a lot after Buzz fell down the stairs trying to fly, because he didn't want to come to the window with Woody. Woody thought he could climb over. He could climb across from the window in Sid's house to the window in Andy's house with the Christmas lights he found in the closet when they were hiding from Scud. Another element. The Scud is this dog trying to eat the toys. But then Mr. Potato Head won't let Woody back in unless he can prove he didn't really kill Buzz Lightyear. It's really anyway. I lost it when he shouted, "Did you all take stupid pills this morning?" That's a very Don Rickles thing to say, which my mom said because Don Rickles voiced Mr. Potato Head. And Woody did his secret best friend's handshake with Buzz's arm, and everyone screamed when Woody accidentally revealed that was just Buzz's arm because, where's the rest of the body? I think Rex threw up. And Mr. Potato Head was really angry. He called Woody a murderer. And there are many other reasons why Toy Story is a horror movie. Woody's able to prove his innocence after, they were afraid he was going to kill our seat too. But then they saw Woody and Buzz back with RC, and then Bo Peep said, "It is Buzz. Woody was telling the truth." And Rex felt really guilty for suspecting Woody of murder. Great, now I have guilt. But there are many other reasons why I think Toy Story could be classified as a horror movie, and it's not just because of the naming references to Child's Play like Andy and Sid, but also many other things. Like Woody and Buzz were in Sid's house, and there are all these mutant toys that Sid is kind of fights around, and they thought those toys are cannibals because they just pulled away Jamie and that pterodactyl, but they weren't really cannibals. They were just trying to put them back together, and they weren't going to eat Buzz either. They just grabbed Buzz away from Woody because they wanted to screw his left arm back in. But still, they're really terrifying to look at first. So, and then there's a matter of Sid. All the toys are scared of Sid, and because he tortures toys and he likes to blow them up. But he's a really scary looking kid. He acts just as scary as he looks. And he was going to blow up Buzz Lightyear with that rocket. He had named the big one. It's clear Sid doesn't have very good parents because they don't seem to care when he gets a dangerous rocket with explicit instructions to keep out of reach of children. I mean, to keep out of reach of children. Sorry, my Sid voice is very bad. I shouldn't try to do that again. And But also when you flip things around and look at the situation from Sid's perspective, he was just as horrified as the toys were of him. He actually seemed to be just as scared of the toys as they were of him when he learned that the toys were alive. I mean, apart from him stealing his sister Hannah's toys and lying about it, I don't think Sid was doing anything particularly naughty except acting up to get the attention of his parents, who don't know what he's doing with a rocket that children shouldn't use. My mom taught me that bad attention is better than no attention at all. In that case. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that Sid was really scared about the toys being alive, and it scared him to I guess it scared him into never playing with toys again, because he learns he should take really good care of them, and because toys can feel pain, and they'll know if he doesn't take good care of them. If Sid had known toys were alive before, he wouldn't have hurt them like that. But now Woody and Sid's toys have turned the tables, and he's scared of them. So if Sid knows what's best for him, he's never going to hurt another toy again. And so you see, I think that's in conclusion, I'm surprised that nobody has considered Toy Story to be a horror movie yet. It makes it perfect, if you're not watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, I think Toy Story is a pretty good view for, Toy Story is worth the watch for children on Halloween. It's a perfect horror movie to show your kids. It's got living toys, a scary kid who tortures toys, with a pet dog who wants to eat them, and another toy who is suspected of murdering the new toy that upstages him. Thank you for watching this video, and happy Halloween. Trick or treat!